Alright, next I'm going to focus a little bit on the CITP, okay, which as you are aware that quality and productivity has been ingrained in the development of CITP. Okay, we show that how important these two elements in the construction industry, okay, productivity and quality. So basically, these two are inseparable concept, okay, so it's interrelated. Okay, if you want to improve your quality, you need to improve your productivity. So basically, what is productivity? So basically, productivity is a comparison between output achieved from process system and the inputs required to produce it. Okay, as you can see here, what is productivity actually is about the relationship between output and also input. Okay, so what is output and what is input? Okay, output is our end product, okay, which is our building or infrastructure. Okay, meanwhile, input is the resources consumed by the process to generate this output. Okay, so for example, like you want to construct building, a school project, let's say. Schools is your end product. Okay, in order to complete the schools, you need inputs in the form of workers, materials, and also machinery. Okay, so that's your input. Okay, so basically, output delivers the income while input incur cost. Okay, so it means that once you complete your projects, you will get income, okay, in the form of profit. Before you can get profit, before you can get income, you need to spend first. Okay, you have to pay the workers' salaries, you have to pay the uh, you have to pay to the suppliers for your materials, maybe some of the equipment or machinery you have rent it, so you have to pay the rental cost and etc. So in other words, basically what I can say that productivity is about the level of profitability. The more productive your project is, the more you can get profits. Okay, so that's how important to increase your productivity level in your construction projects. Okay, based on CITP, okay, there are 6 areas that the government or the CIDB want to focus in order to enhance the level of productivity and quality. Okay, so this area has been extracted from CITP. Okay, so details you can see the notes or even you can go to the website of CITP. Okay, so there are 6 areas. Okay, all these areas have their own issues, and even in the CITP also they have suggested on how to solve the issues. Okay, so I'm going to go one by one, not in detail. Okay, more detail you can see in the notes. Okay, the first area they are focusing on human capital development. Okay, so issue in the first area is that we are talking about the mismatch of uh, workers and also the current needs. Okay, what I mean is that currently we have a large low skilled workers in the construction industry. Okay, however, as you aware, our government is aspire to move towards technology, for example, like IBS. Okay, if you want to use IBS, you need skilled workers. So there is a mismatch in that area. Okay, we have a lot of low skilled workers. However, we are moving towards IBS. Okay, so we need to improve on that element by looking on how we can improve the training programs. Okay, so on how we can upgrade the skills of the workers so that we can use IBS in our projects. Okay, so that's the first area is all about. Okay, the second area is we are talking about the workforce supply. Okay, so the problem in the second area is that we are too reliant on low skill foreign labor. Okay, it's not it's a concerning issue in Malaysian construction industry nowadays. Okay, there are too many foreign workers in our construction industry. Okay, one of the reason why, because we find it difficult to attract local people to work in the construction industry. Okay, it's not a problem to bring foreign workers. Okay, however, if you want to bring foreign workers, please bring skilled workers. Okay, so that's what most of developed countries like Singapore or Australia did. Okay, so they also bring foreign workers, but they bring skilled workers to their countries. Okay, so here we need to improve the way we are going to bring foreign workers to our country. Okay, some of developed countries, for example, like in Australia. Okay, even if you want to work in Australia, you have to take English test, for example. Okay, So sometimes language also is a barrier. Okay, if you take workers from Bangladesh or even from Pakistan, etc. Okay, so that's one of the way we have to improve lah our visa program. Okay, on how we can make it difficult for the contractors to bring foreign workers. If you want to, if you still want to bring foreign workers, please bring skilled workers. Okay, so that's the idea on how we can improve on this workforce supply. Okay, the third area is about accelerate adoption of IBS, mechanization, and also modern practices. Okay, here the issue is on how we can modernize our construction method. Okay, as you are aware, especially contractors are comfortable with the traditional method of construction, which is known also as a labor intensive method. Okay, so when we want to move towards IBS, we're going to find it difficult. Okay, even though a lot of benefits we can get when we use IBS in our construction projects. Okay, so for example, like our construction project can be completed much faster, our site condition will be safer, neater, cleaner. Okay, our wastage could be reduced, etc. Okay, however, the government find it difficult. Still, the adoption of IBS in our country is still considered as low lah. Okay, even though a lot of initiative, a lot of efforts taken by the government to increase the use of IBS in our construction projects. Okay, and area number 4, we are talking about rollout technology advantage across project life cycle. Okay, in this area, we are talking about how we can improve the way we manage our project from start to finish. Okay, one of the examples is by using BIM, building information modeling. Okay, so that's one of the way we can improvise the way we manage our project from start to finish. Okay, so it's more on software, no more paperwork. Okay, paperless technologies. When we use BIM, everything is on single software, from the way we design, monitor the project, complete the project. Even when we want to maintain the project, we are using that software. Okay, so however, BIM is still new in Malaysia. So when it's still new, we find a lot of limitations regarding expertise. Okay, awareness. Okay, uh, um, our database is not strong enough, because when we want to use software, we must have a strong database so that easier for us to extract the data. Okay, so that's among the limitation when we want to use BIM lah. However, we can still improve. Okay, for example, like even CIDB has created a BIM center in somewhere in KL, I think in Cheras, BIM facilities, or even our faculty has signed an MOU with JKR, okay, to create a BIM center in our faculty, so to expose students on how to use BIM, and expose students the benefits of using BIM in our construction projects. So that's one of the efforts lah taken by the government. The next area is strategic information. Okay, here we are talking about database. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, when we want to use technology, we need strong database. Okay, so this one of the limitation in Malaysia lah. We don't have strong database. Okay, however, as you can see in the slide, okay, you can click that link. You can see one of the effort taken by the government in providing in developing a strong database. Okay, in that slide, in that link, you can see how the CIDB has created a database for building material prices, labor, wage rates, and etc. Okay, that's one of the effort. Okay, when you have a strong database, your decision making will be faster lah. Okay, so that's one of the way. And the last area, we are talking about advanced SME, material capacity and capability building. So the issue here is that we have a lot of SMEs in Malaysia. Okay, for example, contractors only. Okay, SMEs contractor is from G1 to G5. 90% of contractors in Malaysia are SME. Okay, not many are from G6 or G7. Okay, so if what we are trying to do here, we need to make sure that the SMEs company can increase their ability. Okay, if they cannot do alone, maybe they can collaborate with other companies. Okay, so we need to create more companies that can come with a package. Okay, most of big companies, most of global companies, when they come into our country, they come in with package. Okay, we don't have much company in that category. Okay, I can give you example, like in Malaysia we have Sunway Group. Okay, that's a really big companies that come with package. Okay, under Sunway Group, they have Sunway contractors, some developers, they have their piling companies, okay, they have their own IBS manufacturers companies, etc. So we need to create more companies in that form so that we can compete with the global players. Okay, so that's the idea on how we can improve these 6 areas. Okay, so more details about this all 6 areas you can obtain from the notes and also from the CITP website. Okay, so that's all for lecture 2. I also will upload a video in summarizing these 6 areas. You can watch that video. More or less it's quite the same which I will explain before lah in this video. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.